to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I apologize in advance for my incompetence. We couldn't be here tonight. So, let's do a roll call.
Coley.
Here.
Martin. Here. Tony.
Here.
Gray. Holt. Bass.
And a motion to adjourn for the agenda. All in favor? All right. So, citizens participation. Anyone here participate? Seeing none, we're moving on. Regular meeting minutes of October 4th. Have you had a chance to look at those? If so, motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Kevin, you just seconded that. Is that okay with you?
We,
So Nate's the second.
Yeah, whatever.
Coley.
Yeah.
You can second the motion even though you didn't abstain.
What's that?
You can second the motion even if you
Oh,
abstain.
okay. Okay. I already got the other one. We don't.
We have a treasurer's report on the agenda, but there is no treasurer's report, so moving on from there, we have bills to be paid. Have you all had a chance to look at the bills? And if so, do I have a motion to pay the bills? Motion. All in favor? Police chief report.
Holy cow, we'll get out of here in 15 minutes.
Oh,
I'm so excited.
Topics, is that it?
Huh?
Topics?
Alright, real fast. So just got a couple things I want to discuss. The house on Chestnut, I think it's over 30 days. What do you guys want to do about it? They say they're going to have a police handle it and take care of it.
That's on.
Yeah, the house on Chestnut, that's been condemned.
Is that when the lady was here a couple weeks ago?
Yes.
Over member state.
Yeah. That's Bob Holman has been over there?
Yeah, he has been. It's been condemned. I don't know his latest time he's been there. Do you?
Who, Bob?
Yeah, when's the last time Bob was there? We don't know because he's part-time. I don't see him every day.
He's in on Monday, is that right? Mondays, so next Monday we need to give Bobby and see what the next step is to get that.
That's what we'll tell her, isn't it? Okay, when she calls, she's going to call.
Okay,
Because the 30 days,
okay.
So we'll let her.
The house on Shaw as well is over 30 days. We need to get that in the paper.
Which one on Shaw?
The
Those out.
Yeah.
That's all place.
Doug Stahl's place.
I don't know what's going on with that. I know it's just cleaned up compared to what it used to be.
The 30 days was up on the
It's
13th.
still condemned, but at least done with your guys used to.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Doug, you say 30 days has been condemned. Who condemned it?
Bob.
Bobby did? Okay. I need to know.
He will send out a letter at the end of the 30 days. So Monday just remind him whatever. I need to get rid of on the show as well.
Alright, the other thing, as you know, we have the opening for our officer from Weber when he transferred over to water treatment. We've had that ad in the paper longer than 2 weeks until the position's filled. We still haven't filled it. We finally got one applicant last week and then one yesterday. One of the applicants would like to know how the city would feel if his contract was bought where he works. Now, that contract is what he has signed for was to pay off some of the schooling. I know we have talked about previously about sponsoring someone to go to the police academy, and that way we can get who we want and get them sponsored, and we take care of the fees. Well, the fees for this has already been mostly paid for. His schooling has been, but the rest of it is only $1,941.78, and we have an opportunity if we wanted to pay that out.
I have an officer meeting.
Yes, we would have the officer immediately once he put his 2 weeks in, rather than wait for him to go through the full academy. But there could be a starting point as far as the lack of number of people that are going to the academy and the lack of people that are looking for different exercise to find people, young officers that want to go to the academy, that don't have the funds, we can start sponsoring. This would be a stepping stone, I think, into looking into that.
Now, is he currently paying this off, or are they just forgiving it if he stays employed there?
Now, if he stays employed there, they will continue to pay his schooling.
What I'm saying is it's not, he's not paying them,
He's not paying it.
it's just working.
The city that he works for is paying it.
Okay.
And in order to get him out of that contract where he could leave free and clear, we could buy that portion of it and pay off what that city's already paid.
He's a reputable.
I have, so like I said, I have a couple of applicants, and I want to get this out of I just want to put this on the table because there's no point in me bringing this kid in to interview him if it's not acceptable and if he wants to pull his application because the city says no. He may pull his application. I didn't want an answer to be able to tell him what the city would want to do, before he pulls his application.
I think you should probably have a committee meeting and hash it over in a committee meeting and then bring it back from there to.
Yeah, and who's on the committee, because I have something to say about that.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about that either.
Well, I mean, Jeff and Dave's on the committee, but I'm just sitting here talking to the whole council about it, so we can just talk about it. Whether the committee wants to voice an opinion,
I think you need to look into the legalities of it and see what.
Actually, I spoke with Lance already, and
There's nothing wrong with it. In the past, we have funded to have people go to the academy, and so this isn't terribly dissimilar to that. There are a number of small cities who send people to the academy, pay for their academy training, but if they leave within 2 years, they owe a certain amount of money back.
Right.
Basically, you're not really buying the contract so much as if he leaves there right now, he would owe them $1,941 and whatever cents. And so if we pay that to them, then their training is paid and you have a trained officer.
And this is no different than sending a guy to electrician school or water license school.
No,
Sewer.
because we've sent people to the academy.
And do we make them have a contract with us as he has with the city?
Yes.
So I would expect him to have a contract with us if we're gonna pay off $1,789.
I'm sure
You
something
know
like
what I'm
that.
saying?
Either way, without talking to the comptroller, I don't think we can entertain it tonight.
No. But we're talking to the council now.
Comptroller.
Oh, okay, I thought you said council. Sorry, Dave, I can't hear.
I'm just thinking honoring a contract is to me an important thing. And I'm not saying he's not honoring the contract, but he's looking to get out of the contract and somebody else pay it off. So I have ill feelings about leaving this contract unless he's going to make one with us as well. And then I'm wondering, are you going to honor ours if you're not honoring that one? So those are my thoughts.
Good police officer, it's hard to find now. Totally hard to find. I'm in favor of this kid, guy, whoever it is, you're interviewing, and if he's the right choice, you think, I'm for paying that contract. You know what I'm saying? I've tried to do this years ago, send somebody to school in the city of Cuba pays it, and we never did this before. That's a good idea, have somebody go. So if that's the one Doug wants, I'm gonna vote to pay that. I don't know how the board feels, but
Let's see if we can get money for it.
Is there not
I'm
a
okay.
council meeting for that?
It's a special meeting.
It's a special meeting, can we add that to it?
I don't know.
Time?
I already have it on posted.
Still 24 hours.
No, listen, I think it's 5.
Ah, man. Who did that?
There's a lot of work that goes into it. I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna table it until the next full meeting,
Which would be
2 weeks. Unless there's a special in between that you can get it on.
3 weeks.
November 1st is the next meeting.
2 weeks.
Election day.
It's called special meeting, though.
No, it would be November 1st.
November 1st is the next meeting.
hey Doug, if he's interested in coming to Cuba, interviewing.
I'll see if he wants to wait that long. I'm sure he would.
I'm pretty sure it's due, yes.
I mean, we're already out. We got an officer training for the canine, so I'm just trying to fill it, so it just puts me over a month out, so.
But you do have the applicant as well, correct? I mean, you're not limiting yourself to interviewing this one because he's.
I have two applicants.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that this applicant, I just looking for an answer so that when he asks,
Don't waste your
I'm just looking for an
time.
answer. So I have my answers close to that.
I think you're probably gonna get what you want.
Okay, call a special meeting,
We can't do it tonight.
and we'll discuss it there. And I don't have a problem with it, it's no different than
I'll contact Tommy and we'll start there.
find out, we gotta find out if we got the money.
Anything else?
I have nothing else.
Thank you, sir. All right, we've got the bill number 2072 tonight, the first and final reading of that. Make it into a resolution. Do I hear
Motion.
a motion? Second. Your roll call. Listen, all in favor?
Aye.
A resolution to adopt the Crawford County multi-jurisdiction natural hazards mitigation plan.
You've heard the first and final reading of the resolution. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
This is a roll call.
Oh, that is a roll
Right,
call. I'm sorry.
that's okay.
You're-
Mouse,
Yes.
the Holt, Grady,
Yes.
Honey,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Copeland.
Yes.
So bill number 2072 becomes resolution 10-18. All right, so do I have a motion for the first reading of bill number 2073?
Second.
Roll call.
Mouse,
None runs?
all eyes. They all yes.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
An ordinance amending section 12 of the overtime and handbook for the city of Cuba, Missouri. Employee handbook relating to overtime for the police department for the city of Cuba, Missouri.
All right, you've heard the first reading of bill number 2073. Roll call.
Motion.
Motion to accept.
Okay.
Approve.
Motion. Second.
Roll
Roll
call. Copeland.
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Honey,
call. Yes.
Grady,
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Mouse.
Yes.
Second reading of bill number 2073.
Motion.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
An ordinance amending section 12, overtime, and the handbook for the city of Cuba, Missouri, employee handbook relating to overtime for the police department for the city of Cuba, Missouri.
You've heard the second reading of reading of bill number 2073. I need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second. Roll call.
Mouse,
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Grady,
Yes.
Honey,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Copeland.
Yes.
All right, bill number 2073 is now ordinance number 1214. Do I have a motion for the first reading of bill number 2074?
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
An ordinance establishing chapter 18, article 5, section 18-44 of the Cuba, Missouri City Code in accordance with Missouri state law and establishing a prohibition on the possession of tobacco by minors.
All right.
Motion to approve.
Copeland.
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Honey,
Yes.
Grady, Holt, Mouse.
Second reading of bill number 2074. Motion? And second. All in favor?
Aye.
The age is from 21. Is the age on this 21 or 18?
It's 21.
21.
When do we have a moment of question asking on this now?
Sure.
So I'm guessing that this is really not our call in the first place. This is a Missouri state statute. Is that what I'm reading here?
Missouri state statute changed from 18 to 21
Sometime
2
ago.
years ago, roughly.
Okay.
We haven't had an ordinance on minors in possession of tobacco, regardless of when it was 18 or before. By state law, there's supposed to be a program that gets taught. We don't have such a program, so this will allow this to go through the municipal court and the city of Cuba. But yeah, they raised the age for tobacco, not just in the state of Missouri, but nationally to the age of 21.
So is this something that we will be enforcing?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes it easy for our officers to enforce it at school. If they're having an issue with it at school.
But it's not just on school property, it's,
No, state county.
okay, gotcha. Right, thank you.
All right, we have a motion, we have a second. All in favor of second reading of this bill?
Alright.
An ordinance establishing Chapter 18, Article 5, Section 18-44 of the Cuba, Missouri City Code, in accordance with Missouri state law and establishing a prohibition on the possession of tobacco by minors.
All right, you have the second reading of bill number 2074. Motion to approve?
Motion.
Roll call?
Bass.
Yes.
Holt. Ready.
Yes.
White. Martin.
Yes.
Stover.
Yes.
All right, so that now becomes ordinance number 1215. Having completed that, moving on to old, unfinished, or new business. Anyone out there with any old, unfinished, or new business, Kevin?
Yes. I asked, last meeting or so about, how the board feels about going down to a 4-day week. How do we feel about that? No, yes, think about it?
I'm not a big proponent of it because we just went to the 2-hour call out.
Yes?
We still have 5 days of service to give people, so we'll be calling everybody out for 2 hours or 4 hours or 6 hours on that last day that they're not working and pay them overtime for it, so I'm not.
All I know is how we all feel about this.
I'm in favor of it in manufacturing. I always have been because it saves a lot of money in electric and manufacturing, but not in this business. In this business, we have to keep the city going for 5 days, or basically 7 days. We have to keep it going. So I don't see a cost savings going to 4 10-hour days.
The only way it would work is if you did half take Friday and half take Monday.
Okay, I just want to see how we all feel about this. All right, I got something else then. The attorney might be able to answer this one. It's been going and going on. We hired an engineer to take care of the problem over here on the other side where Jeff lives, or subdivision, by the Taylor Pond. We had an engineer come here, look at it, give us plans, said we're going to start in the spring. It's never been started. Is there a finishing date at least, or is there a starting date? It ain't. Lance?
The engineer was going to do some changes at the request of some citizens, moving some pipes around. I don't know that we've ever seen the final plans of those changes.
So can't we tell him we want a finishing date? Give us an answer where we're at. We're in limbo land. For the last 3 or 4 years, we talk about it, don't do nothing. We hire an engineer, pay the engineer, we hear nothing. I just want to know, can we get it? I don't like a starting date and start date not enough for 6 months. I like an ending date.
Well, we just recently asked him to change his engineering on a couple of things. I just don't know that we've ever heard back whether that's been completed or not. I've not heard that we have, but we've put in a change request. I think the first meeting in September.
Yeah, here we are here. It's October, November, whatever. I just like to hear something. I ain't hearing nothing about it.
Okay.
Right? So you, whoever the mayor can call them and say, hey, we want a starting date or finishing date.
Okay.
Okay? That's it.
No. All I got, somebody asked me about, we're gonna have a fall cleanup this year.
Didn't we already have one on the calendar?
You got spring, yeah, spring.
We don't have a call plan on the calendar?
adjourn.
Second.